This is Arts Alive. I'm Linda Philippi, and my guests today are Jenny Berg, who's the director of the Public Library, and Richard Bellegarde, who is one of the committee people for the upcoming fundraiser, which is a tea party to benefit the Library Foundation. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is really exciting. I'm part of it too, and I'm very happy to have you here to talk about the tea party itself, and then also about the library and what the funds are used for. So, Jenny, do you want to go ahead and start maybe, since you're the new library director?
Thanks, Linda. So we're really excited to have this first annual Library Foundation Tea Party being put on in February. And the Library Foundation started in 1983, and it was started as a way to use endowments for the library to buy collection, add to the collection, and also add to various equipment that the library needs. Lately, the money has been, from the foundation, has been used to raise funds for the Dream statue and the Bookworm statue, which are out on Second and Adams Street. Those are some lovely sculptures that have been added to the city collection.
I didn't realize that it was a library foundation who funded those. Okay, cool. And there's a project in the works, right? Another one?
Yes, another project in the works where we just were approved to buy a new projector, a ceiling-mounted projector for the Carnegie Room, so for the various programs that are held in the Carnegie Room, both library-sponsored programs and community programs.
So probably a lot of people assume that the library is entirely funded by taxes, but that's not true.
Right. There's definitely, I mean, and especially in the last few years when we have had budget cuts, it's been wonderful to have both the Friends of the Library and the Library Foundation really step up with added funds for the collection, which has been wonderful. And that's something that the foundation hasn't done so much of in terms of collection dollars. They've been more interested in larger projects. The Bookmobile was a fundraising effort by the Library Foundation. That's another one that's really visible in the community. But it's been really great to also have the funds lately just to add to the collection.
Okay, great. Well, Richard, should we go ahead and talk about the event itself, the exciting tea party?
Sounds good.
Okay.
It's Saturday, February 9th, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Senior Center, McMinville Senior Center. And tickets are available at Oregon Stationers and the library. Okay. And hopefully we have seating for about 100 people. And the
ticket sales are brisk.
The basics. Good.
So yeah, they are brisk, and so I think it's really important people watching this, if they're interested in attending, that they want to hurry up and get their tickets quickly. We should mention that the Velvet Monkey Tea Room is going to be donating all the tea, some really special teas, and also that the high school culinary program is doing much of the food, right?
They're going to be servers. And and I'm doing scones, cranberry ginger orange peel scones.
Yum.
And we're going to have real Devonshire cream. The bottle says clotted cream. Traditionally, clotted cream is made from Devonshire cream, and the only place you can get it is Devon, England.
So how is that different from whipped cream, for example?
It's very high in butterfat. It's probably heart attack in a jar, but it's wonderful stuff. And the Devonshire cream is specific to that area, and they have a complicated process of making it, I guess, and British people use it on everything from in their coffee to on cakes and whatever. But the clotted cream, to make it from Devonshire cream, they put it in a big pan and let it sit. It's scalded, and then it sits in a big pan for about 2 hours to 2 days, and what comes to the top is skimmed off, and that's real clotted cream.
Oh, okay.
And I've been told it's not pasteurized. Well, you can get it here either as Devonshire cream or clotted cream, but it will be pasteurized. So we're using the real thing for.
And you're also making some lemon curd, is that right?
Lemon curd.
Okay, so it's a pretty traditional tea in terms of some of the taste that people have. If they already know and love it, that's good. And if they don't, this will be a nice opportunity.
Right.
And there'll be savory sandwiches as well. So
tea sandwiches and wonderful desserts.
Yeah. Red Fox Bakery is doing the petit fours, so that'll be nice. And there's entertainment.
Yes.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Alice Darton from the library, who also is well known in the gallery theater and around the community, will be singing, playing the violin, and accompanied by Mike Rice on piano.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Yes.
And then we have a couple of writers, I believe, that are going to be reading from their work.
Yes.
Okay.
Anna Kesey and a children's book writer who you might be able to help me out with. No? All right. The planning committee has a children's writer also plans to do some reading during as entertainment during the tea.
And I know there'll be some baskets, raffle tickets, baskets, things like that, and some, I think some specialty china teacups available if anybody's interested in something like that. It's going to be a great event, I really think.
It's been a really fun thing to see it come together in such a community sort of way, and I've even been getting calls at the library of people that have seen the ads and want to donate things for the auction, which is wonderful. I have some woodworkers that have donated some things and a few pieces of jewelry, and you know, Velvet Monkey, Red Fox Bakery, the various other businesses in town that have donated items, and then I love it that just citizens are coming forward to contribute.
So, Richard, you want to talk a little bit about tea in general, because you had a tea room here in town,
right?
And so you're kind of, I guess, our expert on all things tea.
No expert, believe me. It's how do I keep the short version down? My wife Diane and I moved here 18 years ago from Denver, where we started almost every Saturday going to a tea room there, and got to know the two British ladies very well that owned it, and enjoyed it so much I quit my regular job, went to work there as a waiter, and when we had I think we received a January 93 issue of Victoria magazine, there was a little article in it about Lavender's Blue Tea Room.
Oh, right, of course.
And my wife said, quote, "We have to go there. We'd never been up here before."
Okay.
So we came up, had a wonderful afternoon tea there with I think her name's Teresa. And we stayed at a bed and breakfast locally and enjoyed McMinville so much. We decided Denver was getting too strange. So we moved up here the following year, and I was working for a magazine in Salem for low vision and blind people called Blind Skills Dialogue Magazine. It was there for about 5 years, but we lived in Jefferson for about 3, but we really wanted to live in McMinville. We were just in love with it. So we finally got a house here, and it was kind of an accident that I opened up the tea room in the bookshop, the 3rd Street Books. It was in the back, and I was there for about 3.5 years, and they sold the building to Scylla, and that's when Oregon Stationers offered me more space, and they were changing things around a little bit. So I opened up one there, and I was there for about 3.5 years, and then they sold the building. Don and Leslie Lutz did, and that was that. So, but we became avid tea drinkers years ago, so it's very addictive.
And it's wonderful for this event because you still have, you know, quite a lot of the equipment and things from the tea. So, you know, I remember that I was kind of panicked, like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do about hot water? I mean, literally, I was at Ross buying a tea kettle thinking, oh, we're going to need 1 million of these. He said, oh no, I've got the big kettle, so it's going to be fine. So I think it's really wonderful the way everything's coming together.
Yeah,
and one of the other committee members is soliciting china from ladies in the community, so every table will be different, but they'll all be, you know, very beautiful, and it's going to be really lovely.
And people, ladies in particular, are encouraged to wear hats if they like, and gloves if they like, and get as elegant as you like. So it is going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be great. Oh, the other thing that we should mention is that everybody who attends will receive a book.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a book lover's tea.
A book lover's tea, of course. And so they're all wrapped in plain brown wrappers. So it'll be a surprise.
Yes.
Which one you get, they'll all look the same, and you won't find out until you unwrap it and get it home, I guess. But do you want to talk a little bit about the sort of the history of tea parties?
Well, apparently, from what I've read, it started with the Duchess of Bedford in England back in the 1800s. And with the advent of the Industrial Revolution, there got to be these big country estates from the money that was made and everything. And so the husbands were working in London and other industrial centers and getting home really late. So dinner wasn't until 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the evening. And the ladies of the house were getting faint. And so the Duchess of Bedford started serving her friends 2 to 3 courses of crumpets, scones, desserts, light desserts, and tea. And it became kind of a tradition. So traditionally, that's where it came from, or it was attributed to her.
Yeah, that was in the days before, I guess, ladies could really reasonably drink cocktails.
Right. Right.
Okay, we'll have tea instead.
Yes.
Tea and sugar instead of wine. I like it, though. That makes sense because tea does have caffeine, so it's a little pick-me-up.
Right. And it always tastes better out of China. I've heard that forever.
Is it true?
I think so.
I think so too.
As opposed to?
Pottery.
Oh,
Plastic.
I see. Okay. Oh, China as opposed to pot? Really?
Definitely.
Okay.
Bone china. And apparently the French made fine china teacups, and this is kind of up for debate, I guess, but they would put a spoon in so the milk would, if you liked milk with your tea, it wouldn't crack the cup.
Oh, right, okay.
And so that's kind of where that came from. So traditionally, if you like milk in it, it's called either, would you like it black or white?
Oh, I see, okay. One thing I know is that you can't put milk and lemon in. I remember being a little kid and putting milk and lemon in the tea, and my grandmother just let me so I could see what happened. You know, the whole curdling thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Ma! Yeah. So this tea will have both the milk and the lemon option.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
One or the other.
Yeah, one or the other, not both. And children are welcome.
Definitely.
Yes.
As long as they're able to sit up and behave themselves at a tea party, right? That's what we're saying. Sure.
One of the most fun things when I had the tea room was watching little girls learn the process of enjoying tea and trying to be elegant and traditional, and it was really fun and interesting, and it left a lot of good impressions on them. So I'm hoping some kids will show up.
Oh yeah, that'd be wonderful. So we'll just go over it again. That the tea itself is the Book Lovers Tea fundraiser for the McMinville Library Foundation is Saturday the 9th of February from 1 to 3 at the Senior Center, and tickets are available at the library and at Oregon Stationers.
Correct.
Yes, very good.
And I really want to thank both of you for being here today, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the tea party.
Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Linda.
Thank you.